Hey friends, what's up? How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Today's video I'm very excited to do. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've kind of talked on this a little bit before, some of the things that we're going to talk about in this video, and I just want to make this a video about, it's kind of like a video from like my upcoming high school seniors, really. When I was in high school, I did a speech, a valedictorian speech. I have it recorded somewhere, and this is kind of the same style that I did my speech. I did it kind of a letter to the people in high school, and this doesn't have to be just seniors. This can really be every age, but I'm just kind of focusing in on seniors, and this is almost just like 10 things to know going into your senior year, 10 bits of advice, 10 just little things that I want you to kind of keep in mind over your senior year, because you know, these are some things that I didn't know going into my senior year. And senior year, let me tell you, I've talked about this in some of my bathrobe chronicles about senior year and how rough it was for me, like in school and out of school. It was just not my favorite year. And so I feel like if I would have known some of these things, it probably would have made it like, whew, a little bit more smoother sailing. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. Number one is don't sweat the little things. Now, a lot of the times in high school, I let things bother me because I thought that like that was it. Like I had to find my future husband in high school. If I had a boyfriend in high school, as stupid as this is gonna sound, I had to marry him because I always wanted like that high school sweetheart. Honey, if that boy doesn't like you, just be like, bye boo. Like you can find somebody else. You know, high school is very, very short compared to the rest of your life. So don't sweat those little things. You know, if you don't get that position, I have a whole video about getting rejected. Don't sweat it. If you don't get that boy to like you, don't sweat it. If you don't make like friends with the popular group of girls in school, don't sweat it. You know, like every little thing that feels like it can go wrong in high school, it probably will. I'm just kidding, like not everything is gonna go wrong during your senior year. I'm just saying like during that time, you kind of do feel like everything is going wrong, you know? And so all those little things, they feel like the big things in the world. I promise they're not. There's so much outside of high school, so just don't sweat those little things. If something bad goes wrong, don't sweat it. Like, you know, just keep that in your mind. Number two, now a lot of people are gonna say senior year is the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't even like to think of it like that. I like to think of the end of senior year, it's almost as if like a fairy comes and saves you on your last day of high school, and then she takes you into this magical world, and it's called Life After High School. That's the name of the world. Now, I'm not saying like I hated my high school or any of that, but looking at high school compared to college, I would not go back to high school for anything. In senior year, you have a lot of anxiety and you're really nervous about leaving high school, leaving your friends, leaving what you've always grown up and known, and going out into the real world. Honey, that fairy that comes and picks you up on the last day of school and helps you spread your wings and fly wherever you're going, even if you're just staying in your same town, it is still so different. So you just think like, okay, last day of school, a fairy's gonna come save me, and it may not be smooth sailing, okay? If you've seen any of my videos about what I've been through in college, like it ain't been easy all the time, but I just want you to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you're not enjoying high school, just know like this is your last chapter in this book, in this very short book, and make the most of it. But that fairy, she gonna come get you, girl. Number three is actually like more of a serious thing. I want you to do your research about your future interests, like career-wise. So what I want you to do, like think about things you may be interested in. Now, you don't really have to know what you're gonna do with the rest of your life in high school. I'm just saying, like when I was in high school, I had no clue what engineering was. Yeah, like period. I did not know what engineering meant. I didn't know what like a lot of different types of doctors, where I didn't know things. Like my high school is very small. They didn't have any of those like extracurricular classes where they like taught us about like preparing for the future, and I think more high schools need to do that, because like I didn't know anything, and your girl's still struggling. So I do feel like I kind of got a slow start going into college. Like that's why I do have a video on like how I changed my major so many times, if you want to go click on that and watch that. But I don't know, you just have to kind of do it on your own, you know, whether you want to shadow somebody, like if you think you may want to be a lawyer in high school, I'm sure like a local courthouse or a local judge or a local attorney will let you shadow him for the day even, and then, or if you want to be a doctor, try to see if you can shadow like a doctor, and that doesn't mean that's what you have to stick with, just kind of like see what you like to do. Go on Google, look up careers that you may be interested in. I'm sure there's like online tests that you can take, seeing what your interests may be. Now, don't look at money. Now, that's one thing I did in high school. I kind of looked at like what's gonna make me the most money when I grow up, you know? And then I was like, okay, I'll be a whatever. And then, no. Don't do that. Don't think about the money, think about your happiness. Number 4 kind of goes along with that in a way. Try and get your first job in high school, whether it's just for the summer, whether it's just babysitting, whether it's even just doing things for your family members around the house, whatever. Try to get yourself that responsibility and kind of learn like how to manage money, how to start a bank account, how to save money, how to, you know, do all that kind of stuff, how to manage time. And that kind of goes into my next point, which is practice a routine. So this will be 4 and 5 together. So yeah, try and get your first job is number 4. And then number 5 is try and practice an everyday routine. Now, whether that's waking up, eating breakfast by yourself or with your fam, getting ready for school, going to practice after school, or going home and studying, eating dinner, going for a run, doing a workout, saying your prayers and going to bed, whatever. Just kind of like get a planner and kind of start practicing that routine, just because in college you need to have a routine because it can get so hectic all the time if you don't. Like I've seen if you see my video, a lot of this is kind of ties into my other videos, but like how I stay organized, I'm obsessed with trying to stay organized. Now, like on paper, now my room can be a disaster at times, I will admit, but like I do try to stay organized. And so yeah, just like if you can get a first job. Now, I'm not saying like sometimes people are really busy because they're involved in sports and all these other things, but I'm saying like babysitting once every month, you know, or like mowing grass for people, you know, pressure washing, whatever it is you can do. I wish I would have gotten a job earlier in high school. I didn't get my first like real job until like, it was like March before graduation. And so I wish I would have gotten it earlier so that I kind of built my bank account up. But I was so busy in high school, you know, I was involved in a lot and a lot of sports, a lot of extracurriculars. So I understand if you can't, but just try. And then also don't forget and try to build that routine up. Now, it doesn't have to be every single day I do this, 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 and this. You can't break the routine. Like, don't become like me. Just try and find your routine. Number 6 is probably the most important thing that I'm gonna say in this video, and it's a little deep. Don't be a bully and don't condone bullying. Don't support bullies, don't help people be bullies, don't cover up for bullies, don't lie for bullies. If you see somebody being bullied, take a stand, tell somebody, reach out to a teacher, tell whoever you gotta tell, don't join in on it. It's not cool, bullying's not fun, bullying doesn't make you popular. If you see younger kids bullying, and you're kind of like a senior now, so maybe you've outgrown that phase, hopefully, stand up to the person that's being the bully. If you see younger people being a bully, that's what I'm saying is like, sometimes they'll listen to an older kid rather than like an adult. So if you do feel like you have that power to kind of stop bullying, in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be physical bullying. It can just be you overhearing a conversation of people talking bad about somebody else and that person may not even be there. You know, just be like, hey man, that's not cool to talk bad about people. You don't know what anybody goes through outside of school. I've said this on here before. You don't know, like as soon as people go home from school, you have no idea what they go through. You know, you have no idea what their home life is like. You have no idea what those internal battles that they may be struggling with are. So just be nice to people. You be friendly, help people. And that kind of goes into my 7th point, is to make new friends. Now, I graduated with a class of less than 30 people. Yeah, really small. So it was hard to like, if you wanted to say like, I want to make new friends today, you know, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, you may have a class of 30 people, but there may be somebody in your class that you have never had like a real one-on-one conversation with. And I do wish I could go back in high school and kind of do that myself with everyone. Just because it's important to make friends and make relationships, even though like this is your last year of high school. You know, you may feel like you hate those people you're in high school with, but again, you don't know what they're going through. Just try to make new friends, be nice to people, make it a goal to give one compliment, at least one compliment a day to someone that you don't normally talk to. You know, whether you're complimenting their hair or their shoes or their makeup or their outfit or their backpack or their smile or their personality, or just say like, you're a fun person, you know, like just be nice to people, because you know that little bit, like I remember like when older girls would compliment me when I was like younger in high school. I still think about those things to this day. That was like, what, 8 years ago? And so you never know what just a little bitty compliment can do for someone's day, especially if they're going through something. Number 8 is back to more of a serious thing. Well, all of these are serious, but study, study, study. Learn how to study, learn how to take notes. I have a video on here on like how I study and stay organized if you want to go watch that on my channel. but I guess I can link it down below if I remember to, but just learn how to study. It's so important because like I know people that go to college and say like, oh, I never did any of the studying that I had to do in high school. Well, for me, I didn't really study in high school. I didn't really have to. I went to like an easy school. Sorry guys, but it was super easy. But college, it was like, whoa, you can't pass a class if you don't learn how to study. Just kind of like, even if it's easy in high school, just learn how to make note cards, learn how to use Quizlet, learn how to highlight in your notebooks, learn how to take notes, you know, learn how to stay organized. That's so important, and that's like something that's going to follow you for like the rest of your life, not just in college, but it's important like during your senior year to really get a grip on studying and study for the ACT. I took the ACT 11 times. I wish I would have taken it more. Honestly, study for everything. Just study people, study life. Number 9 is to take pictures. Now you're probably like, what? Take pictures. Now you're never gonna have these memories back. You're never gonna have Friday night football ever again. You're never gonna have, you're never gonna like dress up with the band again. You're never gonna dress up in your cheer uniform again. You're never gonna wear that baseball uniform again. You're never gonna go to that track meet again. Take pictures of everything. And like, even if you have friends that are like, Claire, why are you always taking pictures? And that's probably what they think of me because I take pictures all the time. But, you know, I love memories. You know, people, you can only buy so many magnets from random cities and so many, like, collectible items, like postcards and stuff. But, like, that's not really what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, when I want to go, like, on a trip or something, I don't really want to buy things, you know, to like, remember the trip. I like to take pictures so I can remember that trip because like if you're in the picture or either you have a picture of that place, it's a lot more memorable and a lot more special because it's like yours. Anyway, that was a little off road, but take pictures with your friends, take pictures with people that inspire you, take pictures of just like, you don't have to be in the picture. I'm just saying like different things like in your life. Take pictures of your pets, you know, take pictures with your family. You don't know how long you're gonna have them for, and these are like the moments that really do count. And that kind of builds you for the rest of your life. Now, I did say, like, high school is very small, very small compared to the rest of the world, the rest of your future. I've already seen that, and I've only been out of high school, like, what, 3 years now? It feels like so much longer, though, because I've been through so much since I've left high school, like, in a good way and bad ways. And so, yeah, just take buttloads of pictures. Number 10 is another one of the most important things that I'm going to say in this video, and I've said it on here before. Learn how to love yourself, love your body, love everything about you, love your, like everything from the outside in. Learn how to love people, love God, love people, love your family, love yourself, you know, like just learn how to love. But like, especially with that self-love, I feel like people in high school, that's the biggest thing that I struggled with was self-love. I do have a video about my like eating disorders and all that kind of stuff. I know I'm like suggesting you to go watch a lot of these videos, but if you do want to learn more about me and things that I've been through, you can go watch those. But yeah, I did suffer a lot with learning how to love myself. There were times when I absolutely hated what I saw in the mirror. I hated myself at some points in my life, and that's really, really sad thinking about that. Man, this is getting emotional, but you know, like you're in high school, you're young, you're beautiful, whether you feel like you are not, whether that boy likes you back or not, you are beautiful, and you're gonna find somebody that's gonna love you for you one day. I still haven't yet, no ring finger, or no ring on my finger, but you know, I don't even have a boyfriend, and here I am preaching about not dating the wrong people. But you know, just listen to me, I know what I'm talking about, okay? Just learn how to love yourself and learn how to appreciate yourself and value yourself, and don't sell yourself short. Don't settle. That's another thing in high school, which I mean, that's more college. Like, you don't really have to settle in high school, but in college, like, just don't settle for anything less than what you deserve. But love yourself. Really wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say one thing nice to yourself a day. I've been trying to do that lately. It's really hard, a lot harder than it sounds, especially for someone that struggles with confidence, but start there and you will grow from there. And so yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed these top 10 things on what I want you to remember going into your senior year of high school. These are just really important things to know, really important things to think about, you know, that kind of affect you and everyone around you and kind of prepare you for your future. And hopefully this video was helpful. I just wanted to keep it kind of lighthearted, nothing too deep and serious. Just really, just be a light during your senior year. You know, it's a very, very short year. It goes by faster than all of the other years, and you will get a little emotional. I remember I like cried towards the end of my senior year, but now it's like, that fairy came and got me on my last day of high school, and I never looked back, and that's the way you kind of have to be because you don't really have a choice. So yeah, sorry to like be blunt like that, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know what other like back to school type of videos you do want to see. I would love to know, and leave me a comment and subscribe. Okay, so bye. Hope you have a good day. Mwah.